This time she said she did not want to name Diddy. She said she was afraid that she wouldn't be believed and that later on, the rapper would harm her.
People around Diddy and what everybody knows.
What happened from 8 to 11? And why did all Kim stuff come up with?
DDY-DEVI.
It appears to be confirmed that Diddy allegedly attempted to put a hit out on GeneDeal and Jaguar Wright for exposing his crimes. This is truly chilling. Hear it directly from the source.
Happens with exposures. You make yourself vulnerable to all kinds of attacks, seen and unseen. What happened to my friend? When he passed away, there was $250,000 on my head and $150,000 on his. But what if I had decided to go back with my head held low and said, Sean, I'm willing to play the game, and then found a way to get inside of him and move him around?
Cam, let me tell you something, man. If I worried about what somebody would do for me, I wouldn't be the man that I am. I keep my head on the swivel. I do what I have to do to protect myself and my family. All I know is that I know one thing for certain, two things for sure. I got people out here that love me. You understand? And if something happened to me, I know people's gonna make sure you meet me wherever we gotta go out.
This follows GeneDeal's earlier claims that Diddy had attempted to reach out and silence him.
He be coming back to New York, and somebody was telling me that, yo, listen here, yo, he trying to get witnesses. Remember when they released that first thing of Cassie, and I said that Diddy was trying to contact people for character witnesses, people for who he had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie. The Homeland Security had some agency or whatever like that that deals with that, dropped that thing on Cassie to show everybody, oh, y'all want to help him? Y'all, this is what y'all want to help? This is who y'all want to, you know, say that he ain't never did nothing. This is what you want to put your brand on? And everybody started backing up from it. Everybody was talking about, yo, man, Cassie was a gold digger, Cassie this, that, and the third. She loved it in the whole 9 yards. And then when they seen that, all his friends just, or so-called friends, went away. So him not having a bond is not surprising.
Yeah, and he offered him $50 million, and they still denied it, bro.
He should have waited to see what they was gonna offer. Because if he got $50 million to get him and offer that, then they think like, yo, that's too little of a money.
And you right about Diddy phone being tough. The news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Dunn 58 times trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me. Enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough. You understand? You tell all those people who supported you and they survivors, enough is enough.
You didn't tell me about that. So you try to get somebody to reach out to you?
Now I got a phone call from Kirk Burroughs. And Kirk Burroughs, and I ain't gonna even give this guy no play. Not Kirk Burroughs, but one of the Puff dudes that I know that's real close to him said, Kirk told me, yo, he want to reach out to you, Gene. He want to speak to you. I said, speak to me for what? What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. I know the dude. I know how close he is to Puff. He's been with Puff from day one. So he ain't got nothing to say to me, bro. But Kirk Burroughs did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough? Yo, because bro, listen, I didn't ask to be put in this situation. You understand? And a lot of people ain't gonna understand this. Because a lot of people wouldn't give up what I've given up to be in this situation. You understand? My whole thing about it is, when you lean on right, You ain't gonna never turn the wrong.
The most unsettling part is that putting hits out on people may be just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Diddy's troubling history. Jaguar Wright and GeneDeal certainly have reason to be concerned, as Diddy has been linked to multiple murders. A recent Rolling Stone expose reveals that the notorious B.I.G. was reportedly planning to leave Bad Boy Records shortly before his tragic death. Several sources interviewed for the article confirmed that Biggie was embroiled in a legal battle to regain his publishing rights. According to the Big Payback, Diddy was adamant about keeping those rights, famously declaring he would never relinquish them until he was dead and my bones were crushed into powder. Hip-hop photographer Monique Bunn noted that Biggie confided in her about his intentions, stating he was definitely planning to leave Diddy. Another source echoed this, saying everybody wanted to leave Puff. Everyone eventually does. It raises questions about whether Diddy was aware of Biggie's intentions and, as GeneDeal claims, whether he had a hand in Biggie's fate.
How you feel about the people that say Biggie was asking for him coming to LA so soon after Tupac got killed and him getting on the radio rapping Long Kiss Goodnight?
Man, you get 100 people in the room, and out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people who said he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bull, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this, because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want this? I'm gonna put him out the pack. Catch him if you can. If you got that wolf in you, catch him if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album when you know not his Nimitz, but your Nimitz was just murdered by that you was running with? Why would you do that? Oh, they just want to do business mind, man. No homo. You know how some of these niggas already be thinking, right? They hear that. Keep it real, man. Why is he out there working on Puff's album when you got the Hit Factor? You got Daddy's house. You got the place where Tupac was shot at. Quad Studio. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast? Come on, man. And then you got a half retarded ass like you see. Big love Cali. Big wanted his publishing. Big wanted his marketing. He knew he couldn't go nowhere and be who he needed to be without it. So if Puff would have told that nigga to go to hell with gasoline draws on, that dude would have went to hell. All money ain't good money, brother.
Biggie was tragically shot and killed in March 1997.
Five party. And then at one point, the fire department starts to shut it down.
Now it's only 12 of us. Because them motherfuckers that left, they must have felt something. You know, what's his name? Chuck Bone. That was Puff's friend. Yeah, he was with us. Chuck Bone. They must have felt something, and they left and went to Steve Stout's house in the hills, because Steve Stout was giving a party that day too.
Okay, so half the entourage leaves. Half Puff is still there, you go and grab all the SUVs and have them pull out in front. So when Big and Puff and all them come out, they can just jump in their cars.
And we can leave.
Okay. So tell me about the scene outside as you're waiting for everyone to get in their cars and start to take off.
So first we lined up parallel to the door in which they have to come out, right? You follow me?
Yep.
All right, we lined up parallel to where the doors they have to come out. So if they come out right here, the car's right there. They're right there. So then Big is taking his time because you know his fibular bones and his thighs are broken or whatever like that. You know, they fractured or whatever. So it's taking them a long time to come out. So they get out, Big gets in the car, everybody get loaded up. I said, come on, let's go. We ready to go. Puff is running back and forth like, yo, he'll see a girl, he'll go grab a girl. He said, yo, Gene, remember her, she coming to the party tomorrow. I'm like, remember her? What the fuck is he talking about, bro? I never seen him act like this ever, because he don't act like that. When I said to Paul said we was ready to go, I said, all right, follow us. I tried to ride on the side of the car. Puff said, yo, Gene, what you doing? I said, I'm riding on the side of the car. I have my gun out, I'm on the side of the car. At the time, I'm 265, you know what I'm saying? I'm not this 330, you know what I mean? So I was a little slimmer back then. So he says to me, Gene, if you don't get in this car, you ain't gonna never work for Bad Boy ever again. I said, man, how the f you gonna try to tell me how to do my job? Yeah, Gene, we don't need that look. We don't need that look. Get in the car. As I go to get in the car, this motherfucker reached down and let his seat all the way back. So now I gotta put my legs sideways. I'm like, yo, what the f is you doing? And so then Kenny said, you ready? He said, you ready? I said, Kenny, run the next 3 lights. Run the next 3 lights, Kenny. Kenny said, for what? I said, motherfucker, run the next 3 lights, Kenny, or I'm gonna drive. Run the next 3 lights. Kenny just took off. When he took off, we got past the light, because it was a flashing red light. We got past the light, and we got across the street. Tone, who was behind me, said, yo, somebody in the car pointing a gun at Big now.
Following Biggie's tragic death, Diddy allegedly capitalized on the emotional fallout. Leggy Brookshire, the former publicity director for Arista and Bad Boy who was with Biggie the day before he died, requested time to grieve. Instead, Diddy directed her to make sure that Biggie's posthumous album, Life After Death, debuted at #1. Additionally, GeneDeal claimed that there are many false narratives surrounding the true circumstances of Biggie's murder.
Just before the interview, you was telling me about this. Captain Shaheed Muhammad from the Nation of Islam. You was telling me that a platform is trying to blame him for the murder of Biggie. Like, what's the deal with that?
Because Brother Shaheed is dead. That's why they're trying to push the narrative now. When Brother Shaheed was alive, they wouldn't dare to say anything to that nature. I met Brother Shaheed at the Million Man March in 1990, what was it, 1995? That was 95, right? 1995, I met Brother Shaheed at the Million Man March. October the 16th, October, my birthday, right. I seen him at Farrakhan. We was at Farrakhan's, the house they had for Farrakhan. We all got our badges because we all walked backstage together. Not backstage, but back at the Capitol where the minister spoke to the masses. I met Brother Shaheed then, seen him a couple of times before. You understand? I know Brother Shaheed when I seen him. Brother Shaheed was not the Muslim who walked up to me. All of a sudden, not everybody trying to put the pictures together and say all this old dumb shit. It didn't happen like that. That was not Brother Shaheed who came up to me. I wouldn't have showed Brother Shaheed my gun because I knew I would have been safe around him. I've been around him with Brother Mustafa, Farrakhan's son. So now that he's dead, everybody trying to post the pictures side by side to the guy that we identified and everything like that. Get out of here, man. Brother Shaheed was every bit about 6'4.5", 6'5". I would have known who he was when he walked down the street and walked away. Get out of here, man. That's just these content creators, people trying to make up and people trying to spill the narrative from them crooked cops not doing the right thing to Big and on Big's case.
So who's the ones pushing that narrative?
I don't even want to get them to spin on your show, bro. You understand? I don't want to get them to spin on their show, but the people out there know that they some felonious content creators that's trying to put GeneDeal name in everything because you made this hotter than fish grease.
So you don't think it was him? You think it was Amir Muhammad?
I know it wasn't him. Ain't no thing. I know it wasn't him. He wasn't the one with the blue suit, white shirt, and blue bow tie with the peanut hair. It wasn't him.
Do you think it will ever come out that Amir Muhammad did it? Because I mean, you've been saying that for a while. Being a dude out here living his life, he do real estate now. And I mean, that's crazy if he killed Biggie and he out here, doing real estate.
My man, it's some people that's working on Big's case. It's some people that are trying to come up with enough evidence to get those files reopened, get those cases that were sealed, unsealed. And when that happens, we're gonna be quite all right, bro.
The controversy continued a few months later when Rolling Stone approached Bad Boy for a cover story. Kirk Burroughs, the label's co-founder and president, suggested featuring Biggie. However, Diddy rejected the idea, insisting, "He's dead, I need to promote my debut album, No Way Out, coming out in July. I should be on the cover." As a result, Diddy appeared on the magazine's August 1997 cover, a decision that drew criticism even from Suge Knight of Death Row Records, known for his tough reputation. Knight remarked, "When Pac left, I didn't pick up a microphone, I picked up the pieces ultimately." It seemed that Diddy and Biggie's relationship was always strained.
Bad Boy, do you think he was planning on leaving?
I feel that he was happy about his career. He was happy about the blow up. He was always on the line. He never let us feel comfortable like, "Oh, y'all did me right," or "I'm loving you guys right now." He would never give it up like that. He would always have us under pressure to keep doing it bigger and better. I honestly, when I look back on it, if he trusted Sean more, it would have been better. But he didn't trust him as much as the way Sean says they were best friends after he was dead. No, I didn't see that during the time we were working with him. I see that as an emotional cry out after he's gone. I saw him as wanting his music and everything to be right, have the number ones, and we delivered that. I think there might have been a little bit of a hole or a gap when it came time to people being friends. I think Sean wanted friendship too. He might have wanted the best friends thing. Biggie came with his friends and came with everything and was about to open up to the world with all kinds of new friends and new people. This tragic incident happened, and now he did belong to the world, but not even to us anymore. It was like he was gone, he had the music, and now we were left with his legacy. He was happy about blowing up. I can tell you he was happy about his success. He was happy about the stature that he had. I don't know if he was very happy about staying with us forever.
Now, even Biggie's own mother wants Diddy to be held accountable.
Hey, Miss Wallace, GeneDeal.
Oh, hi, Gene. How are you?
All right, man. I ain't seen you since I came to your house and had that conversation with you. How you been? You all right?
I've been okay. I've been watching you on Facebook.
I'm sorry, Miss Wallace. I'm sorry I had to do what I had to do, but it is what it is.
Okay. I know you do.
Thank you, Miss Wallace. Like I told you, I said if Miss Wallace would have called me and told me to shut it down, I would have shut it down. Miss Wallace ain't called. She knew how to get in touch with me. If Miss Wallace didn't tell me to shut it down, I'ma keep doing it because I respect you, Miss Wallace.
Do what you do.
Thank you, Ma. I appreciate you.
What you do.
What's the backstory behind that, Big Mom?
My man, that had to be, if I say exhilarating, it had to be one of the highlights of coming out here and doing what I've done over the last, since 97. Since 97. Since I seen Ms. Wallace. You know what I'm saying? To hold Ms. Wallace's hand and explain to what happened to her son that night. It was one of the, I guess, most emotional times I've ever had in my life. Because here I am explaining how your son died. When he was calling Ms. Wallace, I was screaming, yo, tell her I want to talk to her, I want to talk to her. But they had me on mute. But him being an outright brother and straight, he said, yo, Ms. Wallace, I got Gene on the phone. And she said, GeneDeal? And he said, yeah, GeneDeal. He want to speak to her. She said, I watch his stuff on Facebook and YouTube all the time. And I was like, yo, my man, to hear Ms. Wallace, big mother say that, brother, it sent the chill down me because it reminded me of Wolf Mother, Miss Mama Jones. She gave me her right to say what I needed to say on the behalf of her son. She gave me her blessings. She came on my program. So, bro, to hear Ms. Wallace say that, and I said, and the first thing I said as a gentleman, I said, hey, Ms. Wallace, how you doing? And then I wanted her to know that I respect her to the fullest. And the first thing I said was, Ms. Wallace, if you tell me to stop, leave Puff, stop, not to say leave Puff, if you tell me to stop doing what I'm doing, I will. She said, no, Jim, I watch you. You keep doing it. You doing a good job. You, man, listen here. Yo, I was happier than one of them boys at a Diddy party. I was so happy, man, it was crazy. Because this was the first time I had talked to Ms. Wallace since the last time I talked to her and was telling her about Big's death. And she said, I didn't want to hear no more.
This information, combined with over 100 other accusations against Diddy, has prompted many to reevaluate past interviews. One clip that has gone viral on TikTok features Diddy discussing the infamous East Coast-West Coast feud between Tupac Shakur and Biggie. Reflecting on the tension, Diddy recalled a conversation with Biggie after Tupac released his notorious diss track, Hit 'Em Up. I had to call Biggie and say, we're not going to respond, someone's going to get hurt if we do. Diddy recounted, acknowledging the risks of escalating the rivalry. Hit 'Em Up not only targeted Biggie but also aimed at Diddy, Bad Boy Records, and their associates, further intensifying the feud. Diddy reminisced about the impact of Tupac's track, noting how they would even take over the DJ's turntables at parties to stop it from playing. Amid these revelations, rumors are emerging that Tupac's family might consider a wrongful death lawsuit against Diddy, fueled by claims that Diddy offered $1 million for Tupac's killing. Dwayne Keith Keff Davis, a former gang leader charged in Tupac's murder, alleged that Diddy made this $1 million promise. GeneDeal believes that Diddy's unusual obsession with Tupac could have played a role in his involvement in the shooting.
Everybody knew that Puff took Tupac's blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I Get Around talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. He went and got the same Versace shirt Pac had. Which, all right, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is having sex with. Why would you want to have sex with women you know for sure a dude that was once cool with you was dealing with? That's that image. Because you got to realize, bro, Puff and Pac was cool at one time. We know this. Mopreme said that they was gonna sign the Bad Boy. So if he's gonna sign to Bad Boy, it was because of Corey now. I put that picture on the internet. I put the picture on my channel of Corey Jones. Corey
Jones, Corey Jacobs? I think Corey Jacobs and Pac right next to each other. Those are the ones who got the 16 to life sentence. That Pac was gonna go and be with them first. But then Mopreme said when it became just Big and Puff, because Corey went to jail, he changed his direction. But nobody know why Pac and Puff fell out like they did. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody know why. But Puff had an obsession with him for whatever reason it was, because he started wanting to act. He started wanting to rap. He had an obsession so bad that at his Grammy Award winning speech, he used the same speech that Pac used. That shit is crazy. So when people say I'm obsessed with talking about Puff and telling y'all the truth, who's obsessed with who? Pac had Sarah before Puff. Allegedly he had Sally before Puff. And Kim had an obsession or like Pac so much, she on the red carpet with Tupac shirt on. Who's obsessed with who?
So you believe Diddy, he only got with Sarah Chapman because Pac, he had her at one point.
And it was a bet in the office. Sarah was messing with an NBA basketball.
Diddy is also facing serious accusations, including claims of rape involving a TV remote. A lawsuit filed by an unnamed woman alleges that the rapper assaulted her in 2018 and then participated in a gang assault with a friend. According to the woman, this attack occurred after she accused Diddy of orchestrating Tupac Shakur's murder during a FaceTime call.
The sheriff came out to the neighbor's home at the time of the incident because several police reports several 911 calls allegedly were made.
According to the lawsuit, several weeks after the accuser went to the hospital because she was still in pain. The lawsuit claims hospital personnel called Walnut Creek police, who took a statement from the accuser. This time she said she did not want to name Diddy. She said she was afraid that she wouldn't be believed and that later on, the rapper would harm her.
The Contra Costa sheriff responded to the neighbor's home at the time of the incident due to several police reports and 911 calls made, as alleged in the lawsuit. Several weeks later, the accuser went to the hospital due to ongoing pain. The lawsuit states that hospital personnel contacted the Walnut Creek police, who took a statement from her. At that point, she chose not to name Diddy, expressing fears that she wouldn't be believed and that he might harm her later on.
Before this interview, that Dallas Austin, his daughter was at her house the day she died.
Yo, I heard that the paperclip party broke that story because it was told to them by Kim's Porter father that is in the police report. That this is in the police report that Dallas Austin's daughter, who was a friend of Kim, left her house at 8 o'clock. That Kim had made a call, 911 call at 2:15 that morning. And I don't know what happened in the 911 call or what was said, but they said that Dallas Austin's daughter, according to Kim's father, was the woman that left her house at 8:15. So she was the last person, according to her, to see Kim alive. And that was broken by the paperclip party because they had a conversation with Kim's Porter father. That's crazy. Now, what was Kim's state? Why did, and in the report, didn't it say she had blood on the pillow and bruises or something like that? The case needs to be reopened, man. The case really needs to be reopened. Because if that girl was there and she said that Kim was all right, what happened from 8 to 11? And why did all Kim's stuff come up missing?
So when they found her, she had bruises and a lot of her stuff was missing.
Bro, it's a lot of suspect things going on. First and foremost, in our day and time, other than her house key, a woman gonna keep her phone. You know, she got a lot of different purses, but everybody always grab their phone. Why come right till today, right now, nobody knows what Kim Porter's phone is? And they know they had iPhone. Why have nobody went to the cloud and got the text messages and the things off her phone? Because everything that came in that phone is text, and you know your iPhone find my phone. Nobody tried to find the phone. I would love for her son, who has all the rights, to go to and get all the stuff out the clouds. Her last text, who she called, who she spoke to, who called her, where was the last place her phone was at before it was destroyed and cut off. It will tell you that too.
However, reports suggest that we might finally see her case reopened by federal authorities in light of this new evidence. Do you think more celebrities will soon be brought to court and exposed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.